Hello everyone, our CSE 408 project is Tourify. I am going to explain the internal architecture of this project. So for this project, in the front end, we have used React.js. For the back end, we have used Spring Boot REST API. And for the database, we have used PostgreSQL. And we have used Docker for containerization. And for testing, we have used JUnit with Mockito and Jest API. And for the prerequisites, we need some softwares to be installed. We need Java 17 or higher. We need Node.js, Docker, PostgreSQL, and Maven. We need these dependencies to be installed.
if if someone want to run our project in using VM, he just need to clone the Git repository and run this Docker command. And if this command runs successfully, he or she will be able to have the same environment that we same environment after running this dockerization. Then you will this docker command will hit the login page. Additionally, if someone want to modify the code base and he or she want to edit this in local development setup, first of all he needs to create a database. Then he or she needs to some backend and front end setup. Here we can see all these commands. If someone has someone manages this backend and front end setup, and then hopefully he or she will be able to run this project in his local development setup. For this configuration, we need a .env file in the front end directory. And also we had application properties where we have to select some we have to store some data here to run this in our environment. And from testing, we use npm and npm test. And here we can see our project structure here: spring boot backend and all of this there.
Hello, I'm Nabil. So I will now demonstrate how our CI/CD pipeline works. So we have used GitHub Actions for CI/CD pipeline. So let's dive into it. So we have fully Dockerized our application. That's why there are Docker file in backend and frontend, and the database is also Dockerized. So let me go into a Docker file. So in this Docker file, we have used Eclipse to build the backend, and we have done the necessary things and database connection setup, etc. And for the front end, it's more or less kind of same. The important part here is the Nginx, which I will talk about later. So to run all these containers, I have written a Docker Compose file, so which runs the database, then backend, then frontend. So we have used GitHub Actions to totally simulate the CI/CD pipeline. So what our CI/CD pipeline does, Uh, when we push our code into main, the virtual machine will automatically pull the code, Dockerize the application, and then run the Docker Compose. After that, when we use the public IP to get into the web app, we can use it and land on the login page. So if we go into our CI/CD pipeline here, so this is our workflow. So let's see the latest one. So here is the deploy. We can see that all jobs have been done correctly. Build, checkout, deploy, and then the checkout code. So that's how our CI/CD pipeline works. So now let's talk about the challenges we faced here. So to connect with the virtual machine from some local machine, we have used the public IP. To proxy our server, we have used Nginx here. So, so here is the Nginx configuration. So we are passing the proxy to the backend container. That was a bit challenging for me. And then to store the images, we have used this part. So that's all for our CI/CD pipeline here. Uh, Thank you.